Hey there YouTube, Noah here. New electric skateboard unboxing today. I bought a Acton Blink 2nd generation with the hub motor off of eBay, and I guess it's about time to unbox it. I'll also do some first impressions in this video, but first let's get out of the box. Okay, so there it is. This is the Acton Blink board with hub motor. Basically, I'm going to ride this around, get a couple first impressions, and then I'll charge it up and come out again on GoPro and try it out again. So I guess this is about the end of the unboxing segment for right now. Let's see what kind of accessories this comes with here. So pouches on the board, you have the Acton remote controller. It's actually a bit smaller than I expected, but seems to be fairly quality. Fairly fluid switch. Comes with 2 AAA batteries, so that's handy because that's what the remote uses. Probably gonna get some rechargeables for that. Have the AC adapter, power brick, supposed to charge in about an hour. Have the AC cord for the AC power brick. And last but not least, it looks like you have a skate tool here, so that's nice. It'll be good for adjusting the board and all that. Nice they include that in the box. Let's pull this board out of the foam packing here. First impressions, this board feels very solid. It has a really odd concave kind of thing there in the middle. And then it's like a hump in the middle, and then it's down and up. A little bit different from a traditional skateboard, but should be easy to get used to. Good and everything else. And there is the hub motor. That's pretty cool how it's all in there. Acton Blink battery pack. It's not the Blink S or the Blink S2, so it's not aluminum, but it still seems pretty premium. We'll see once I actually get it out and driving. Let's try that out quick. Okay, so we are over at my normal spot here to test it out. There are racks over in that area there. So I'll try it. It's not gonna be super great. I'm just gonna start right here on a very smooth surface, obviously not very long. We'll see if it has any charge. It might be anticlimactic if it doesn't. But anyway, I have a normal skateboard here, which this one here is around 31 by 8 inches. And as you can see, it's about the same length. I say the normal skateboard is just a tad longer. And obviously this one has the normal concave, not the crazy reverse concave like this other one here. So it'll be interesting to see how this one compares. Obviously the kicktail and things, you're not really meant to hop this one, ollie it or anything. It's more of just a kicktail so you can turn easier if you need to. Might need to loosen the trucks, might need to tighten the trucks. We'll see exactly. Let's just power on the board and get a first test. And also I want to try pushing resistance. It has a weird feel to it, first of all. Pushing resistance is about 0. It literally feels like a nice longboard, a little bit heavier. Forgot to mention, I do own a Evolve Carbon GT with all-terrain and all that. I've been riding that for around 3 months, so I should be pretty adept on this board, and obviously I skateboard a little bit. Not super great at skateboarding, but that's how it is. So anyway, let's try and get on this thing. First off, the remote. Just popped in the 2 AAA batteries. Should be able to power it on here. There you go, remote, power it on. Fairly ergonomic. Obviously this is my left hand, but it should be ready to go once I power on the board. And there you go, you just push, firm click, it clicks into place. No front or rear lights on this one, just the side lights. Still pretty cool. I might try this at night later. We'll see exactly how that all works out. Let's just see if we have any power. And we do. Wow, that seemed to have a lot of torque right off the gates here. So let's just go over to the racky area there and maybe try it out. I'll get GoPro here after I get my first initial test of this. So this would be a very quick initial test, basically, just to see if I fling off the board or not. Which I doubt I will. Like I said, I have an Evolve, and those things are very, very torquey. I can handle that. Should be able to handle this. Might take a minute to get used to, though. Definitely bad terrain out here in Kansas. The reason I went for the all-terrain from Evolve. This one will be interesting to see how it handles those roads and if it can survive. So it'll be a good durability test. Let's just take off. Let's just go for it. Remote in right hand here. It's on the little, I don't know what you call it there, the hair rabbit. It's on the battery compartment. I might have to go in my phone app and change into pro mode. That's what I heard from somebody. As you can see, I'm just hitting rocks here left and right. Let's just try this out here. Oop, right off. Sing on. Oh, there you go. Okay. There you go, we're off. Watch the rocks, but going pretty quick. Didn't want to risk the brakes with the camera on there, so I just kind of jumped off. But the brakes did seem more fluid than I've heard other people say. Might just be I'm used to the boosted, or the Evolve again. So anyway, I'm going to ride this thing around, just get kind of used to it. And then, like I said, I'll come back on the GoPro and we'll take a ride around once I get all charged up. I don't know how much charge this thing has in it right now. As a hill start, probably push start too, and that's probably better. Just go for a full speed here. Pretty quick. Doesn't accelerate quite as fast as the Evolve, and actually braking's very fluid. People saying it was pretty harsh. Anyway, let's go ride around and get a little bit feel for it. Okay, well after a first quick ride, I can confirm exactly what people were saying. Very quick, very fun, very quiet. Oh man, I rode this basically around the block, around some rocky terrain there, and actually rode through that dirt patch there. It performed very admirably. It doesn't accelerate super fast, and it doesn't do super great up hills, but that's comparing it to an Evolve Carbon GT, which that board is significantly more expensive. This is a $300 board. For that, so far, I'm extremely impressed. I said I'll take it for a good 4-mile ride after supper on GoPro. Till then, just gonna have a little bit of fun on this and then charge it up. Whoa! Okay, well there you go. Actually, man, I just took off on that thing. After the full battery charge, this thing seems to have quite a bit of power. Man, that's pretty crazy. It's gonna be kind of hard to vlog and ride here, but I guess I'm heading down to Fike Park to go and try some speed runs on that. Basically 3/4 of a mile away. We'll see how the ride down there works. Pretty crazy bumpy roads and stuff around here, so it's gonna be interesting. Definitely have to pay a little bit more attention than I usually do on my boosted, or I Evolve skateboard. I always call it boosted board, so that's kind of a thing there. But anyway, I guess that's where I'm headed. Have to be more careful with this thing though, because it is kind of short and strange. I'm not used to such a short board when I'm riding it like this. So anyway, let's just shut up and try to get some shots on the way to Fike Park. It does ride fairly smoothly despite the rough terrain. Okay, well so far going pretty well, even though these roads here are pretty crazy bumpy and all. Definitely one thing to note is the acceleration curve and the braking curve are a little bit different than some skateboards. When you go to stop, basically the regenerative braking, it kicks in and it stays in. So basically it's just going to keep braking after you let off the stop thing until you press a little bit forward to go again. Also the go button, if I press it, it has a short delay between when you press it and when it actually goes. Not a big deal, and really something you will get used to after riding it for a little while, but it's just something that I'm noting coming from the Evolve to this thing here. Just across this cobblestone street here, all the way over to the park. I'm not falling off this thing yet, despite all the bumps and everything. It's more stable than I expected, which is good. And I definitely could tighten the trucks a little bit. Pretty quick so far. Definitely faster on a full charge than it was. So that's nice. stopping's not very sudden. Also, it's a one-stop stop. Like, basically, there's no gradual stop. It's just, it has one speed of stop, which is around like 75% braking. So you have to get used to that. And like I said, it kind of sticks on. It's one of those things, like after you ride this for a while, it's not really a board for beginners, but after you ride for a while, if you've ridden other electric skateboards, you'll get used to it. It's not that big of a deal. About how much of a stop it comes to. All in all, so far first impressions, very responsive, definitely very useful for a commuter vehicle. It's not quite like an enthusiast grade acceleration or anything, but it's very close. Like, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Everybody says, oh, the acceleration is kind of sluggish and the braking's kind of quick and all that. For $300 compared to like a Volvo skateboard, I can take that up. So far, it seems very durable. It seems very sturdy. Like I said, I was riding with those serious bumps. That would wreck a normal board. We'll see how long this thing lasts. So far, it's doing pretty well. I came here to do some speed tests. Unfortunately, it looks like there's some dirt on the track. Shouldn't be a big deal. We're only going probably 60 or 70 miles an hour. So let's see here. Let's just do a quick down and back and see what kind of speed I get up to on this. I need to get my Garmin GPS watch on sometime so I can actually get an accurate representation. Like I said before, this thing pushes very well. It's a very small bit of resistance, but I think the resistance is actually the weight rather than the motor. It really pushes around really well without the motor on it. And then obviously if you want to go on an electric skateboard, you just kick it in and it goes. So that's nice. Slow down here. Again, that's the one speed braking. Let's do a speed run, up and back. Full acceleration. And that's it. What we got? Let's try the braking. That's full braking. So, pretty good. I'd say we didn't get more than 60 miles an hour that time, but of course it was, that's downhill, but very, very slightly downhill. This thing's ready to reach 15. It reaches that easily, and it'll reach 21 downhill. I'm gonna go back. Probably gonna make my way back home here, and I'll go do one more test. Also, manualing. I'm very bad at it, but this thing will manual with the tail. See if I can try that out. Like I said, I am very, very bad at that. So if I practice a little bit more, I could probably get it. It manuals fairly easy. You just give a little pressure on the tail, which, by the way, the tail feels a little bit weird. It's a little bit thinner than the rest of the board. I don't think I put my foot back here for standard riding. My standard ride position's about like that, which does feel weird because it's a lot shorter than like a longboard. I'm getting used to it. It's not too bad. But for a manual, you probably kind of go like that. Manual standing still, not really. And if we go, I have to practice the throttle a little bit, but it does do it. Okay, anyway, let's get back home. One really strange sensation I definitely noticed with this board compared to some other ones I've tried, which obviously is the Volvo, I guess, so not some other ones, just the one, is basically this thing coasts like nothing, and also it's super quiet. Just because of the nature of the design of the hub motor rotates easier than a belt drive, and it just keeps going and going and going, which is really nice. Like, I mean, seriously, it's not necessarily something that you need to have, but the quiet is nice. Like, it's not quite as, it's less conspicuous. Doesn't quite seem like you're doing that. I'm still not quite used to the braking. It really is an on-off switch, but it's not too crazy. It's not like an on, like super killer to off. Go off the big highway here, so I'm being careful. Anyway, I'm just about back home. I say I've probably done 2.5 miles so far. Battery's still going super strong. I mean, I gunned it all the way home, 100% throttle all the way. pretty crazy bumps and stuff. Let's try a hill test, and then I'll try one more run, and I'll probably end the video because this video is getting kind of long. Here's your hill test coming up right here. It's not quite as much fun as I thought. The Evolve skateboard goes straight up this. It's a pretty serious hill though. This thing also, from what I've heard, this thing will struggle a little bit on hills. It might go down at 10 miles an hour or something. It's not a big deal. I mean, it'll climb them. Anyway, let's get down to this one other spot over here. Down a big bumpy hill. Whew, going like 20. That's pretty sketchy. You definitely feel a bit numb as you're going this fast. Let's brake. Okay, there you go. I don't know what you're getting. Really, something you have to know is there, but it's not that big a deal once you do. Okay, so here's an uphill test. This is a bit of a grade, not a crazy grade, but basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the top here, and then I'm going to turn around. Hopefully you can hear me in the wind noise. At the stop sign, I'm going to turn around and go down. This is about where I went 21 when it was at half battery. Just pop up that, sit on the brake a little bit, so turn better. Nope, still can't make that quarter. I am not an expert steering on these things, obviously. Let's try Kickstarter this time. There you go. Press the brake instead. I think the boosted board controls, or the Evolve skateboard controls, this one are reversed. Anyway, we are going, I'd say we're going 17 right now. Might hit 18 here shortly. I think you'll get down to about 20 by the bottom of the hill here. This is definitely good downhill, and then it goes into even better downhill. Kind of sketchy braking, but wow, this feels a lot more stable now that I've been riding this for a little while. It's a good board, I'll just say that. Want to see durability-wise, how long it lasts. For $300, this is a super deal. If you can get for $300, it's a deal. There we go, hit about 20 right about now. Lean back a little bit, apply the brakes. Super easy, no big deal. Let's try to climb back up that hill. There's a little bit of a hill. Pop back on, it just goes. Super powerful. Smooth as molasses. Tell it's sliding a little bit there when I brake on the dirt. The wheels are looking a little bit dirty, but other than that, I think it survived pretty well. The first little trip here. Let's see how the hub motor sounds. Just kind of dry. Very, very smooth still. That's good. That's really good. Okay. Well, I guess that's about it for right now. Thanks for watching my quick little unboxing and short test review thing of the Acton Blink 2nd generation with hub motor. This is not the Blink S, this is the 2nd generation. If you can get this for $300, it is a super good deal. Definitely will update in the future with some comparisons to the Evolve Carbon GT, which is in for service right now. That will be back here in a couple days. And also just maybe a long-term durability report. I'll let you know what's going on. I'm gonna be riding this thing daily. It's going to be putting on 5 miles a day plus, so should be pretty good. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe below if you enjoyed. No out. Goodbye. So you're not going to be able to see this very well, but there is the phone app. I forgot to mention that. Basically, I paired it up here. It says trip 0.2 miles. I guess that's since I started up the app. Basically 15% remaining, and at some point here, it said that I rode 4.5 miles already. I don't know. About 5.5 miles in the first charge. Of course, that's being ridden at full speed, and also, see what you call it, really bumpy terrain. The terrain around here is awful. Like, I mean, the roads are all bumpy and everything. Feet are gonna be a little bit numb from riding that thing for long periods of time. That's why I got the all-terrain Evolve. Anyway, I guess that's it. It's a quick little thing.